Welcome back. Now, the upcoming inaugural Journey to Jazz Festival, which takes place at Prince Albert, a town at the foot of the Swartberg Mountains in the Western Cape, is breaking new ground with the revival of a disused quarry that has been upcycled as an open-air amphitheatre that can seat about 90 people. Called the Kritikom Koppie Theatre, the amphitheatre will be the official space which Patron of the Prince Albert Community Trust and former public protector advocate Thuli Madonsela will officially declare Journey to Jazz open on Friday, the 5th of May. The theatre has been named for the nutritious plant locally called Kritikom. Few know that this former quarry and now entertainment space is also part of a cross-continental phenomenon. And to tell us more, we're joined on Zoom by the Journey to Jazz creative director, Brenda Sisane. Good morning. A warm welcome to Morning Live. I mean, what brought about the idea to use this disused quarry and use it as an amphitheatre?
Good morning, and thank you very much for having me. Well, you know, the whole idea is to start building new stories around the jazz music, and with you know, the whole Jazz Day linked to UNESCO and linked to environment, it just allowed for us to start painting a beautiful picture of jazz music using the environment. And being at the Swartberg Mountain, a World Heritage Site, world renowned across the world, and that really characterizes the Karoo region in a big way, we started looking at how do we program using this landscape around us and actually bring the attention of environmental awareness to our own community and to ourselves. And this quarry happened to be there, and we were allowed to use it. And the great relationships we have with people such as Annie Snyman and Stradom van der Merwe, who are environmental artists, we were asking what could happen, and this idea came through to say, let's kind of enact ourselves around this environment. But of course, you know, Prince Albert Community Trust, the conveners of the Journey to Jazz Festival, are about youth development, food security, and all of that. This really borrows into all these messages. So that's an exciting part of our offering.
I mean, I'm looking at the lineup and already I can't even sit down just looking at it. I mean, Melanie Scholz is on there. You know, the lineup is exceptional. Tell us a little bit about who will perform on Friday the 5th.
Okay. Friday the 5th, in fact, we have a very exciting local group. Madeleine sings with a group of 4 men. They sing a cappella, and they called the Voices of Unity. And so they will perform on that date, or on the opening on Friday morning. And on Friday afternoon, we start off with a duo from Belgium. It's a father and son duo, Chili and Adrian. The father is a pianist, and the son is a guitarist, and they're amazing. And they are almost residents of Prince Albert. They visit this town all the time, but professional musicians from Europe. Tribal Eco is an incredible band. It comprises of artists from the Western Cape, and they provide what I call fusion of the local sound with jazz. Ramon Alexander is a known educator and from Stellenbosch University, and he also works with young people, and he's known to preserve the history of Guma and that whole sound that emanates from the Western Cape. Derek Gripper is well renowned to work with the West African artists. He's a guitarist who really was impressed by the music of the griot, and he is going to perform, as well as Karin van der Walt, who is very interesting, a graduate of Berkeley. She is also very involved in youth development programs around the Western Cape, where she encourages young people to pick up an instrument and not, you know, substance abuse. Amanda Tiffin teaches at UCT. Her big band is going to be here, but Amanda herself is a jazz vocalist, and she's going to perform with an amazing trio comprising of very young musicians from the region as well. And we have Mike Rossi, comes all the way back from Italy to present a beautiful album. It's called The Roots and Roots. If you remember, our Jazz Day theme in 2020 was The Roots and Roots, and he does it amazingly well as well. Then we have Carl Shepard, whose trio revisits his album, the Carl Shepard Trio, during his tenure as the Standard Bank Young Artist of the Year. John Hassan gives us a flavor of the Indian Ocean influence of music from from Maputo right down to Cape Town, with an exciting kind of a lineup of musicians, both vocal, using percussions as well. And we've got Melanie Scholes and Hein van der Heijn. Hein has accompanied any musician you can think of, across Europe, because originally from the Netherlands, settled in the Western Cape. And Melanie Scholes has always wanted to come back and do work here at home. She's known to have released albums celebrating a local artist. So we really looked at musicians from the region, speaking the story of the region and understanding how do we portray a sonic, a kind of a narrative of the region. So it's very exciting. Prince Albert itself has got a group of musicians that are part of its management structure, artistic directors as well, but they also are putting together an incredible outfit around the Karoo blues. So that is going to be a main feature of the show, and it is directed by Tribal Eco as well. So yeah, that's the lineup itself. Yeah. But we also have, we also looked at what is the great lifestyle that is offered by this beautiful town, Prince Albert. And because of its the serenity of being here, you've got amazing yoga studios, So we do like the morning salutations. We're offering that for our guests. We're offering ghost walks in the evening. The first time I drove down to the Western Cape across the Karoo, I could not imagine how the stars look in this side of the world. You feel like you're literally driving into the stars, and so there's those kind of walks that have been planned. Stratum Van Merwe is a world-renowned, award-winning filmmaker and a land artist, really. And his world premiere of his film, Sculpting the Earth, is going to be presented at Prince Albert. So we're having a conversation around that. Then there's food matchings, there's wine, there's the pizza and wine matching. There's a whole lot of other little things that for you who is a gourmet of some sort, or somebody who loves wine, or somebody who just loves great food, the eateries are offering a great programming as well. Right. So really, I think even the lifestyle is part of the singing acts or the performing acts at this festival.
All right, Sis B, it sounds like it's going to be an exceptional festival. Thank you so much for talking to us. Journey to Jazz Creative Director Brenda Sisane speaking to us about the unveiling of the Kritikom Koppie Theatre in the town of Prince Albert in the Western Cape. And that's where Journey of Jazz takes place next week. And of course, Melanie Scholes on that lineup. Carl Shepard also on that lineup.